Morning, all. It's another great morning. It's Monday. It's Labor Day in the USA. Happy Labor Day to everyone. I have a day off from school today, so that's pretty good. I can get like maybe 2 or 3 videos out today, depending on what happens. But I do got some stuff I gotta do. So as you can tell, I did some changes around the room. I moved the TV over to the main dresser, so it's able where I'm recording this on like a stand kind of behind my bed, so all I can do is just turn around and lay on my bed, and that's how I'm going to watch hockey now. So I won't have to, and it's going to make it easier for, like regular season games and stuff, because, I want to do game reviews for that. And I mean, in the regular season, there's going to be like 4 or 5 games a night, so the plan is I'm going to just lay in my bed, watch, tune in between each game, between each commercial, and all that good stuff, and just try and get out the reviews for you guys. So yeah, and then I'm also gonna buy some pennants too, and hang them up around the room. I already got one. I still need to get that up. That'll be up by the time we come back here next week. But I do go back to my mom's today, so yeah. Today we have a series preview. And this is a bit of an interesting series because I think these two teams, between the Tampa Lightning, who beat the Boston Bruins in 5 games, and the New York Islanders, who basically beat Philadelphia in 5 games, if it weren't for the overtimes, they would have won. They would have won, 100%. And, yeah, so New York, they're coming off of a Game 7 4-0 win. Tampa's coming off of a 3-2 overtime win, and we're going to see what happens. So, on the New York side of statistics, Josh Bailey leads the team with 12 goals, 15 assists for 17 points. Number 2 is Barzal, who's been on fire, even though he's been getting harassed. Like in Game 7, I think Game 6 and Game 7, he's been getting hit. He's been getting puck high sticking. He got the high sticking play by Giroux. I think it was ever since he injured Couturier in Game 5, he just started getting like targeted by the Flyers players, to be honest. He's lucky. He's lucky he got out. He got out there with a lot less infractions. Because if he was playing in the 1980 against the 80s, 70s Philadelphia Flyers, you'd be in trouble. So yeah, 5 goals, 8 assists for 13 points. Been on fire despite getting his butt kicked. And then number 3 is Anthony Beauvillier with 8 goals, 4 assists, and 12 points. Really proved himself in these playoffs. On the Tampa side, Point leads the team with 6 goals, 12 assists for 18 points. Point's been on fire. If New York really wants to get past this Tampa team, they're really going to have to shut down Braden Point. And another player they're really going to have to shut down is Nikita Kucherov. 4 goals, 12 assists for 16 points. Really catching up there with Braden Point. I think that those two players are really going to be carrying this team. And then it's a really bit of a big dip after that. Andre Palat's next player with 5 goals, 4 assists for 9 points. So when I say these teams are evenly matched, I do really mean they are evenly matched, because their power play percentage is pretty much the same. New York's power play percentage is 16.2, and Tampa's power play percentage is 17.1. So yeah, they're really the same on the power play, and Tampa's power play has kind of struggled without Stamkos, but in the past 2 games against Boston, it's really been on a roll. That one game they scored 3 power play goals, and then it's been great. New York, they haven't done too well with getting power play goals on the board, but they've still done pretty decent. Penalty kill, New York has the better half of that with 82.2. Tampa has 81.2, so they're only down percent in between both teams. That's really good penalty kill percentage, and I mean, if you're calling off penalties, that's great. I don't think Boston had a lot of power play goals in that series, and I don't think Philadelphia did either. Philadelphia, we're going to talk about this in the Flyers review later, but Philadelphia has really struggled, so they're going to need to think of something here. Goals for / goals against average. The Islanders have a scoring average of 33.38 goals per game, so that's actually a pretty good average. And then for the Lightning, sorry, my phone wants to do warning, 10% battery. For the Lightning, they have 3 goals against average. So that's actually pretty good. You're scoring 3 goals a game. You got those players getting your team on the board. I think that this is going to be a very intense series. Goaltending. One side is pretty certain what your two goaltenders are gonna be. The other side, it's kind of confusing. Semyon Varlamov, who's been playing really well this season, with a 9-4 playoff record, and then Thomas Gray is the backup, who's likely actually gonna be starting Game 1. I've been seeing a lot of things saying that he's gonna start Game 1 definitely. We'll find out about 30 minutes before the game. So he had the shutout in Game 7. He's been playing pretty good, and I think that he likely will start Game 1. And I mean, there's no back-to-backs in this series, so you're not going to be really swapping goaltenders. So unless if one goaltender has a really bad game, I don't think they're going to be swapping Varlamov and Grice. So it's either going to be Grice or Varlamov playing full-time. It's pretty much Vasilevsky on the Tampa side, to be perfectly honest with you. And he has a 10-3 record. The backups, it says Wedgwood on the NHL app right now, but it says McElhinney too. So, like, I really wonder it's really uncertain who the Tampa backup's going to be. So they might have to acquire someone in the off season. But Vasilevsky's been playing really well. He's probably going to be starting every game for the rest of the playoffs for Tampa, whether that ends in this series or that ends in the finals. So we don't know. Another big thing I really don't have any things out with New York, any additional things. One thing I do have for Tampa though is Steven Stamkos. I don't know what's going on with him. He's not going to play the series against New York either. The news came out about that yesterday, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, Tampa seemed to do really well without him, but can they beat this Islanders team without him? Tampa, they faced Boston. Boston was a great opponent. Tampa faced Columbus, which wasn't as good as Boston, but they were still pretty good. New York is a level higher than Boston and Columbus, being dead honest with you. And can they beat them without Stamkos? And I think that's a really big question heading into this series with Tampa. I think that they do win. I think that they win this series 4-3. It's gonna be a very close series, undeniably. Game 1 is tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, so mark your calendars for that. But yeah, I'm wondering if they can beat Stamkos. And it's gonna be a very close series. These two teams are roughly evenly matched. I mean, New York, I've said this, they haven't really faced the best opponent. I mean, yes, Washington's a great team, so is Philadelphia. They just didn't really show up. I'm not degrading the Islanders at all by saying this, but they haven't really faced the bestest team. I mean, Philadelphia, yes, they were arguably the hottest team, but a lot of their players were still on vacation apparently. And Washington went the same thing. So, and Tampa's really a step higher than those two teams they faced, including Florida. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and try to get to 4 subscribers by the end of the year. We're currently at 374. We're only 25 away, and the rate we're going, we'll probably make it by next week, to be honest with you. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please consider liking and sharing the support, sharing on social media. The constant support's been awesome. I'm really thankful for what I'm getting, and I can't wait to keep making content. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.